Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo, a Sluggy G plays Katawa Shoujo. This is episode 3. Let's go ahead and load this up. Alright. Let's clear our throat here. I just kind of choked on my green tea right there, so I don't know. And also my computer is making a bit of noise right now because I'm processing a video, so hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, that's all. And I just realized that the music's a bit too loud. It's too loud. Okay. So let's go to the options. There we go. That should be enough. Alright, let's go. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, therefore have an incentive to try and get you to. That's oddly suspicious. Okay, so basically what happened in the previous 2 episodes was we found out that we have arrhythmia and we had a heart attack. We came to this special school for disabled students, and we met Misha, Shizune, Mutoru, which is the teacher, Kenji, our like half roommate sort of thing, I don't know, the nurse, and then like that, I think that's it really. And then like, yeah, I think Misha and Shizune are planning to get me to the student council. I'm not really sure. Of course, I already know what's gonna happen because I played this before, but I'm not gonna tell you guys. So you're admitting that? No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course, it would be nice if you joined and we appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the school council shows a healthy interest in the working at one school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No. Aw, see, Hichan. Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shishan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seemed very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Hey Chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we will pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Okay, who in the right mind would say that makes me sad in front of someone? Sorry? It's hard to tell when Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hunting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Oh, look at how angry she looks. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich men and poor men? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hishan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shishan. Wow, that means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyways, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that is true. How do you know, Hichan? Shizune frowned at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune will be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Ah, really, Shishan? We can play just for fun, Hichan. Shishan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimaced to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, during afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in the seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be so nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. How smart of them. I feel a little offended, but I'd be considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they are on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. What's wrong, Hichan? That's right, we're just gonna go play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Shichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusingly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hand behind her back, looking pleased with herself. What is... I'm assuming that's how it goes. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheer. Yeah, humming, okay. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. That's my alarm. Ignore it, ignore that. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets, bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing is that this room doesn't have other people. Oh, doesn't have other people. Okay. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hey-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha ha! Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assaults from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hey Chan, Shishan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shishan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. It's called bribery, guys. That's how you get people in the student council. You bribe them with risk countries. I thought this game was a no strings attached game. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shisha admits your fighting spirit and will be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. that sounded really fake, I'm sorry. There you go. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temple, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Oh wait, please slow down, Shichan. Hichan, Shichan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world of pyre with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with a childlike mischief. She says you have no chance. Okay, if you keep playing like this, no you won't. Okay, so I am a more defensive person. I don't like to go aggressive, which sort of... Okay, this affects your story, basically. So I said, it's a trap, it's smarter to play defensively here. It's likely that she's trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense setup, and I'm not gonna wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump her fist in the air in celebration. Hichan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean Shishan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious, because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you had more guts, how disappointing. Ambition, Hichan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. Brutus was an ambitious man. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risk. I get it. It's the name of the game. I get it, okay. And when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. Damn, what's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you'd be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to talk me into joining the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel... I feel like I'm saying that to make them feel better. Yeah, I'm just not sure that I want to. Aww. Okay, Chan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more risks and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Oh, surely you are not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game, you know, then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, Hichan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. Maybe I'm assuming that they don't know when the library closes because they never been to the library at all. So that's kind of funny. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shishan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye! One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there is a plethora of order unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either though, just barely ajar so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It will make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. While this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing in the doorway staring at a beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Well, what voice should I give you? Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she is being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I met she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Oh, oops. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Yeah, thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness of her eyes means she must be at least partially blind like Kenji. Come to think of it, Her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. Oh, okay, let me not give her accent then. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku. Ah, yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of this action. I am Lilly too. Pleased to meet you. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with the formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Like, I feel like she's one of those people who how do you say, they're really calm and they're really quiet and confident and they're really kind and everything. Oh, I'm probably just saying all the words that come out right now. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along the shelf. A brush here, a brush there. Her left hand often lightly touching the sides of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me. Lilly herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. I also feel really guilty if that were me, So, her soft voice brings me out. Okay, how do you so? Her soft voice brings me out my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hikamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room in Moto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. Maybe. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. And she said that, oh, that's cute. Wait, let me do that. That's cute, look at that. Oh. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. It is. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves a hand in front of her face. Lilly, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself. It really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and it's specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Is it pronounced faux pas? Faux pas? I don't know, I'm not really sure. Looking at her face though, she doesn't seem in a least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this will be the big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I siege into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's really a nice place. Thinking on it, this might be a version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so Fran and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lilly seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's club. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunch times, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing to a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join the club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. I really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lilly does the same. As I look over to the window, over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. The time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind, of course, she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance. But Lilly seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lilly. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Or unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great, thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight retractable cane that has been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lilly's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for sport, whereas Lilly is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers, we slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to a warm-looking room, proudly situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives me an appreciative smile at the cashier, taking the lead as we fall in. To the left is the wooden library counter, and the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with a distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Dud. Something from under the counter darts against it, followed by a quiet wall. Aww. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls up and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual as she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a straight sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, so I was looking for it. A pencil dropped. Oh man, I just yawned. I'm so tired. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped. And when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily. Do you get my message? Message, Oh, the two important books that arrived? Imported, I mean. Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst the celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. I just yawn again. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. Well, something that's like common in between me and Yuko is that I say sorry too much, honestly. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you, too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Totally me. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is just too much responsibility. How is it any responsibility at all? I don't get. But the objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. So there are a lot of books and bureau here? I tend to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least looks slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamagu's libraries are either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only like that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shuffle them. Alright guys, I think that's all for today. So we met Lily and Yuko, so that's two more people that we've met, and that's pretty cool. Lily seems like a really nice girl, and Yuko seems like those less confident, but like, more, I don't know, both of them pretty like caring people, so hopefully we don't get beef in between each other, in between like these people, yeah. Alright, and yeah, so leave a like if you liked it. You don't need to like it if you don't like it, just don't. Yeah, you get it, okay. Hope you guys just enjoyed this episode of Katawa Shoujo. I'm tripping so much. And because of that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.